Hey everybody, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. Although it's 96 degrees here in Arkansas, it feels like summer. Fall is only a week away. Time to start thinking about Halloween and fall eyeshadow palettes. So I got out 25 of my favorites, some brand new ones, some old ones, some discontinued, but most you can still get. So let's get right into it. The first thing I'd like to start out with is what you're all probably here for, the Tarte Maneater After Dark palette. And here it is. I went into Ulta and looked at it in store and was able to swatch it. And I thought it was really, really pretty. I was excited that Tarte came out with a new palette. They haven't had anything really exciting to me in a very long time, but they used to be one of my favorite brands and I'm always rooting for them. So I really wanted to love it. Now, all of these pattern shades here are very, very foil-like. Let me swatch a few for you. But isn't that really, really pretty? And those all have the little animal print on them. We're just gonna have a little fun, swatch a little makeup. So I was really, really pleased when I did my swatches in store. I'm a sucker for black. I really wanted to love this green. It's the only green in the palette. You have a couple of topper shades over here, and then you have your mattes. Now I am wearing it on my eyes today, and I tried as many colors as I could, and I think overall it's very good. It's the best Tarte has done in a long time. It's very beginner friendly. The mattes and everything is very, very buildable and pigmented. However, I was very disappointed in the only green shade. I really wanted that to be a beautiful metallic teal, but it comes off kind of gray. I don't know if you can, I had to keep building and building and building. And I do recommend using an eyeshadow primer with this palette. I just use concealer and it's already, and I haven't done anything except for prepare for this video. It's really fading quickly. And I'm disappointed in that green shade. So actually, let me swatch that one for you. I mean, it looks pretty, but it's a black based green. And see, even in this is natural sunlight that I'm using, it even comes off gray. So as I try to build it, I just can't get it to be the green. It definitely, you can see what I'm talking about easily. It's more gray than green. So anyways, yeah, that shade's a bummer. But it's nice that you do have some berries, some neutrals, some golds. So I think if you don't have any fall colors, it's perfect. And it's a perfect introduction to Tarte. The case is really nice. It's slim, the animal print, the gold. So I do like the palette. I just don't love it. So I waited. Ulta had a 10 times points for diamond members, and I'm diamond. So I bought this, and I'll show you the other palette next, the Jaclyn Luxe Legacy palette. This was $52, and I think this is also perfect for fall. This was designed with her mother in mind. It's mostly mattes, but it does have some nice shimmers. And I swatched this in store. This was $52. So with the 10 times points, I got 1,000 points, which is equal to $50, which is equal to getting both of these palettes for 50 bucks. So it's like 25 bucks a palette. Couldn't pass it up. So such a deal. You know me, I like deals. Swatch a couple. See, this green is much better. This is supposed to be for mature lids, which I do have, but nice muted colors for fall. And the nice large size pans. It does not have a mirror, however, and so that made it kind of Morphe-esque to me, because Jaclyn should be an upscale brand. And this is her mother is on the original palette. This is the second version, the Ulta version. But anyways, that's the Luxe Legacy palette. Let me give you a few swatches on it. And I'm gonna put the green right next to the Tarte green, just for comparison. And I'm not trying to do perfect swatches. I'm just, but you can see how olive green. The green is, you can tell it's green compared to the Tarte. And then you have a black, a nice smoky blue, and then one of the shimmers. But anyways, I'm looking forward to trying the Luxe Legacy palette, and I did definitely like that green better. So those are two. Let's see what's next. This palette is on sale. This is a Pat McGrath Mothership, and I was so excited. This is Midnight Sun. This is a $128 palette. If you go to patmcgrath.com right now, this Midnight Sun palette is on sale for $77. So if you've always wanted to treat yourself to a Pat McGrath Mothership with a nice beveled mirror, the Luxe case. For fall, this one's great because you've got a purple and you've got a blue and you've got a brick red and you've got some browns. But is that not gorgeous for fall? So pretty. And I'm just going to get my fingers in that purple. Oh, I love it. And then in this orange shade. Let me get another one. Let's see. Let me get the greenish gray that's in here. And then we've got a nice kind of, look at that, $77. So this is my the top pick for the fall palettes. If you're looking for a deal, just get over to patmcgrathlabs.com. But let me give you some swatches of this one. Get yourself some luxury eyeshadow. Such a treat. But that's a really nice palette. Okay, so next, another one that nobody ever talks about. This is the Viseart 04 Dark Mattes. Now, Viseart is a brand based in Paris, France. This is the original, one of the original clamshells from Viseart. These are $80 palettes. You can go to viseartparis.com and get this. This is an all matte palette, and it's great because you can use it as a base for any of your fall looks. And if you've got some Cliona shadows, you can use that as your shimmers. But this is a great fall palette. It's all matte, and that is the Viseart 04. These are $80 to the Viseart website. Okay, what's next? One of my favorite brands, this is Adept Cosmetics. This is the Amunet Nu light version. This palette's kind of confusing because they have old versions and new versions of the light and the dark. I have the new version of the light palette. Now this is a $53 palette. Now I've gouged my chocolate brown down here, but I couldn't replace it. But anyways, I love this for fall. And if you go to the Adept Cosmetics website, all of the Amunet palettes and then Anhydrous palette, and I forget what else, you can actually get on the website. It's not back ordered. They're available right now. So if you're interested in Adept Cosmetics, this is a great one to try, and that's $53. Okay, next, this is an indie brand, and this is a Halloween palette. This is from ROUGE Labs, and you can get this palette. I bought this a couple Halloweens ago, but if you go to rebelrougelabs.bigcartel.com, you can get this palette. I think it has a different cover on it, but these are your shades. Really, really pretty for Halloween. You do have a pressed glitter multicolor in the middle, and then you've got some orange or neon yellows, and really, really pretty. And I was surprised of the quality of this, but this is my #1 favorite Halloween palette. Let me just give you this purple here, and this green, and this orange. Look at the pigment on that. I'll give you some of the glitter too. But I mean, for Halloween costumes, that would be good. I'm running out of arm. But look at the pigment on that ROUGE Labs Howlin For You. So again, that one is $35, available at rebelrougelabs.bigcartel.com. So that's a fun Halloween palette. One of my favorite fall palettes of all time is the Natasha DENONA Metropolis palette. This is a 28 pan palette, and this has all the colors of the leaves. It's just perfect. It's available at NatashaDenona.com, $129. So I really, really love it. It's got all your coppers, all your greens. Let me get a few here. So that's Natasha Denona Metropolis, and look at that. That is all shades from Metropolis. Let me get this copper one a little bit more, but just a beautiful, beautiful fall palette. Excellent pigmentation. And actually, when I was thinking about buying the Tarte Maneater, I thought I don't need to buy that. I already have Metropolis. And once you have Metropolis, you really have it all. Let me hold it up next to the Tarte palette. Yeah, not really. But anyways, that is my favorite fall palette, and that is the Natasha Denona Metropolis. It's got the pretty green packaging on that. I did want to make note, there are only 2 palettes that will stand up with their mirror, and that is the Maneater palette. That mirror stands up. It doesn't go backwards, but it's great if you want to just put your makeup on and set your mirror up. It'll stand up, which is really, really nice. And the other one was the McGrath palette. If you're doing your makeup, that will stand up for you. All the other palettes either lay flat or fall back or whatever, but those 2 palettes, the mirror will stand, so that's great. Okay, next I wanted to show you, this is a discontinued palette, but I wanted to show it to you anyways because a lot of people have it in their collection. This is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This has got great shades of just about everything. It's great for travel. It's slim, but the edges are thick, so it will protect the shadows from getting banged up. It has a nice mirror, but look at all your shades here. I can't remember how much this was when it came out. It came out about 3 years ago, I want to say, at this point. But anyways, a lot of people have that in their collection, so maybe it'd be a good time to bring it out. You've got your greens, berries, blues, neutrals, browns, oranges. Just a really great palette for fall. So that is the Urban Decay Born to Run. Another great one. I love this. This is the Melt Gemini palette. This is the original Gemini palette. And if you go to Melt's website, which is meltcosmetics.com, this palette is actually on sale. It's a $58 palette, comes with a mirror, and is on sale right now for $43. So this is a great palette with your greens, your golds, your browns. It's got a nice black in it, but I really, really love this palette. Now I'm filming this on the, September 18th. So all of this pricing information and sale information is current right now today if you're interested in any of these palettes. Another one for Melt that's on sale on the website, and I love this one for the greens, and you probably know what I'm talking about. This one is the Smoke Sessions palette. This one is also on sale. It's a $48 palette, and this is on sale for $36. So again, meltcosmetics.com. I just love the greens in here. I just love a Melt palette. A lot of people don't like them. I was going to also recommend the Mary Jane palette, but it's mostly all brown. I'm already like swatched up. I've got no more arm space. Let me see where I can get this for you. So that's some Melt Smoke Session. So if you're into greens, that's a really, really pretty palette as well, also on sale. Okay, so that's fun. Next, so I've got 25, and I don't know if I told you that I had 25 palettes in all, but yeah, so let's keep going. This is a Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. This is one of her $65 palettes. You can get NatashaDenona.com, and it has a mirror, but really, really pretty berry shades and oranges and coppers, and just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful palette. Let me get some of these too. So here's some Sunrise for you. There you go. So another great Colors of Fall palette. Or you might want to wait for the upcoming sale, but that doesn't happen till what, November? I mean, it's the middle of September, but I mean, if you want to wear them now, there you go. So another one that's nice is the Sunset palette. This one is $129, and these are some great fall shades as well. Really, really like that. Let's get into this one a little bit. But, you know, pick up the other one if you don't want to do $129. Press that one a little bit too hard. So, isn't that pretty? Bad swatches, trying to go fast. That one's flaky. But, again, great colors for fall. And that is your Natasha Denona Sunset for $129. I do want to mention one more of hers. It's discontinued, but it's still one of my favorites. And you might have this one at home. This one is her Safari palette. Now this is an all matte palette. It's discontinued, unfortunately. You can't get it anymore. But if you have it at home, it's a great fall palette as a base for any of your looks, because this is an all matte palette, and you've got your peaches, your terracottas, your neutral browns, your transition shades, your deep blues. You've got some grays and some greens and berries. It's just a great palette. It just got a bad rap, and people said that it wasn't any good. I've always liked it, and I just think, you know, with shimmer shades, it's just, you know, mattes are the basis for everything just about. And again, more forgiving on mature eyelids. And if you've got some Cliona shadows, throw this down, put some Cliona on top of it, and it's the best. So that's a fun discontinued palette. Another fun discontinued palette, let me show you this, since Huda's on sale, but you can't get this particular one. This is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. This was the first palette I think I ever bought from Huda. Unless it was the little 9-pan Obsessions. This one's pretty. It's got, you know, her eyes here in a mirror, but really, really pretty coppers, purples, neutrals, berries, reds. I just love this palette. And yeah, but she's discontinued as well. But you know, I'm finding it. You know, I want to go into my collection more. You know, I go in and I find things that I already have, and I'm like, why am I just buying and buying and buying and buying mindlessly? It's too late now. I mean, I probably have 1,000 palettes easily. I think if I have a problem for sure. But anyways, here's a little bit of the Desert Dusk for you if you want some more purples and berry tones. Isn't that pretty? I love Huda's eyeshadow. So right now I'm thinking about, did I already say this? That Sephora has got all Huda Beauty on sale, 20% off everything. Her palettes, her makeup. And I went into my Sephora at JCPenney's yesterday because I knew that they had the palettes there. And I was thinking about picking up the Rose Gold Remastered, and I was also picking up Naughty Nudes. Naughty Nudes was made in Italy, and except for the slimy shade, I like any eyeshadow made in Italy. So I went in and swatched those palettes, and I think I'm going to pick them up, but even with a discount, they're like 60 something dollars. With a discount, they're 53. But I haven't bought them yet. I'm trying to talk myself out of it. I'll probably still pick them up, but then I thought, well, I could just wait for the Sephora sale and pick them up then. I've waited this long, but maybe she's coming out with something new. I don't know, but they're taking, oh, the point I was trying to make, they're taking the Sephora out of JCPenney's, my Sephora store. So now I'm going to have to drive 3 hours, which I have to do anyways, to a Sephora main store. But at least I had a tiny little one inside JCPenney's where I could see some of the more common brands. I mean, they didn't carry Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath or Hourglass, or which now, you know, a few of those brands have gone over to Ulta now. But anyways, they're gonna have JCPenney Beauty at JCPenney's now. So luckily, the Huda section was still almost intact. So, but anyways, maybe, I don't know if that's going on everywhere. And I know a lot of Sephora's are going Sephora inside Kohl's instead of JCPenney, so they probably are all going away. But I was mortified to walk into my local store, which is still an hour away, and find them dismantling it. So, super bummer. But anyways, let's keep going. This one makes me want to cry. This is the Sydney Grace collab with Mel Thompson. This is her Tiny Marvels palette. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Mel passing away. I remember it was late summer, early fall, maybe it was October. I don't remember, but I know it's this time of year. And except for the purple, I think this is a really good fall palette. Now, granted, it is a lighter shade of, but you still have, you've got a lighter, you know, they're more pastel-y, but this is my video. I want to include it. I want to mention Mel. I mean, makes me want to cry. I still watch her videos, like when I was looking for the Huda Beauty and on the old Huda palettes, you know, Mel had one. And anyways, I like to hear her voice sometimes. So, but anyways, it does have the gold, and it's got some oranges and berries and some browns and some neutrals. And if you just cover up your pastel purple, you can see that you could definitely use this palette for fall. And I like the larger pans, and you can still get this at the Sydney Grace website, which is, the palette's $53. And of course you don't use codes because I think they're still donating money to the family, but it is where is it, $52. Sydney Grace co.com. You can still get Tiny Marvels for $52. Okay. And love you, Mel. Still thinking of you. And for fun today, I was reading all the names of her shades, and it just, you know, every time I see a lightning bug now, I think fire butt and think of Mel, and you know, all the other names. I just miss her so much, and I'm sure you all do too. Okay, all right, Mel, love you, girl. Okay. Next, let me go into one of my favorite discontinued palettes. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture. If I remember correctly, this was a $42 palette. It's not available anymore because it got so much hate. But anyways, I still love it. It has all the great greens, golds, neutral colors. You've got a peach down there. This is a gorgeous palette. You've got to work with it a little bit, but you know, for all the haters out there, this is a really, really nice fall palette, and I like it. I like it very much. I really do. And I like these palettes. You know, I like her new Nouveau palette, but I feel like the formula has changed. My favorite, and I'm glad I bought all these palettes in this shape with the brush are my favorite Anastasia palettes. So I'm not mad at the collection that I have. Sometimes, you know, when I think I spent so much money on eyeshadow, I only have 2 eyes, what am I doing? And then they changed the formula, which so many brands have. Like when Tarte sold, Maureen Kelly sold the company, the formula changed. When Too Faced sold the brand, the company, the formula changed. ABH, they haven't sold, but they changed their formula, so I'm glad I bought all my old palettes. And I just find that with, like, okay, let's use this next one. BH Cosmetics, now owned by Makeup Revolution. The formula's changed. It's not the same brand. So I'm not mad that I got a crap ton of BH Cosmetics. So for this, my pick is the Beautiful In Barcelona palette. This is one of their travel series. It's a $17 palette. This is not available anymore. It comes with a mirror, but you might have this in your collection. Now this has got the blues in it, the browns, the coppers, the peach. I just love this palette for fall. It's so pretty. This is one of my pristine ones. I just took the foil off of it, the dark berries. I love the formula. I can wear a BH palette and it'll last all day. I'm pretty sure Makeup Revolution, and on all the reviews I've watched on it, it's just, they've ruined it. I knew they would. But what I want to tell you is if you go to bhcosmetics.com onto the website, there are a lot of palettes still available. So you can still get some. I highly recommend it. And you can get Passion in Paris. Now, Passion in Paris is a really good fall palette too. This one is, this has got the cover on it, but I don't want to take it off because I haven't touched this one. But you've got all the darker shade, all the darker blues. You've got your berries. This is a great fall palette, and you can get it. So let me show you next to Barcelona. You can also get some like the FU palette, and you can get, I think they still had Lost in Los Angeles and some of the travel series, but get over to BH because you can still get some of these palettes, the original formula. But you see why I picked Barcelona as my, you know, it's more, it's darker and deeper. But Passion in Paris is available and you can still get it. So get over to the BH Cosmetics website and you can get a lot of things at great deals. Some of the palettes are like $6.50. What else do they had? I think the Mimosa palette, but it's kind of dried up over at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And there's a few palettes still at my Ulta as well, and on Ulta's website you can still get a little bit of BH Cosmetics, but definitely get it before you can't get it anymore. Okay, we've got a few more palettes. This one is the California Love palette. Now this is the Colourpop Ulta exclusive. It's not available on the Colourpop website, but you can still get it over at Ulta. This one is $18, and this one has just got some great coppers, yellows, browns. It's got some glitter in it and some shimmers, but I love this for $18, and you can get over to Ulta and get it. Well, I saved Jeffree Star for almost last in case you're not a fan. His Androgyny palette, you can go to jeffreestarcosmetics.com. This palette is available. It's really, really nice. It's an all matte palette, which again is useful. Well, it's not all mattes. You do have this one shimmer here, but it's a great palette to put as a base. It's got all your grungy tones, which most of Jeffree's palettes are, you know, bright, and so I like this for that. This one is $45 and it is available, so head over to Jeffree's website for that. And then my favorite palette 2 years ago, his Blood Money palette, and again, this is a single note palette, but I am including it because it's fantastic. It's still my favorite green palette of all time, and it's got really good shades for transition. It's a complete palette. You've got your deep dark greens, you've got some grungy greens, you've got some khaki greens, you've got all your neutrals, you've got a nice inner that's got a green reflect on it. But this is my #1 all-time favorite green palette. I go back to it time and time again. It's perfect for fall green colors. And the last one, I think that's it, guys. Yeah, I did want to mention, this is the LORAC Pro Palette Noir. This is available over at Ulta, and this is a beautiful, beautiful brown palette. You do have a nice black in here for your liner. You've got your white in here for your highlights. It does have a nice kind of bricky red color, and it has some beautiful grays, and this is a beautiful palette. It's $39. You can get it at the Ulta website, and it's just great for fall. So anyways, yeah, I just wanted to talk about some fall eyeshadow today. Please let me, there were so many. I mean, I took out my palettes and it's like, you know, what about the Natasha DENONA Retro palette? What about Naked Cherry? What about Naked Heat? There were so many palettes. It was so hard to pick. And I just wanted to narrow, even this is a lot, but these are my top, you know, and I thought too, well, what about the Gather Round Sisters from Colourpop, and what about the Witching Hour? And there were so many palettes, but I was primarily looking for the fall colors of the orange, green, gold, brown, coppers, and, you know, a little bit of berry and plum in there. So anyways, that's going to do it for this one. My name is Jackie. Please like, subscribe, leave me a message. Let me know, what is your fall eyeshadow palette? What did I miss? I don't know. So I'm going to tell you, I didn't rank these. It was just random. But if I could only have one palette for fall, just one, it would be Natasha Denona Metropolis all day long. It's just the best fall palette, period, end of story, mic drop. That's it. So that's gonna do it for this one. My name is Jackie. Please like, subscribe, leave me a message. Check out my playlist for more content. I've been making videos for years, and I've got my previous favorite fall palettes, or if you want to look at mystery box stuff or just random, yeah, just check out my playlist for more videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.